Alright, what is good, ladies and gentlemen? It is the Master Reviewer back again with another review, and today we are doing a very special review because we are doing a review for Severance Season 1. Now, I was very much debating on how I was going to go about this because so far, in terms of all the reviews I've done, I've not yet reviewed a show that is ongoing. However, I ended up finally starting to watch Severance, which is the first show that I'm watching that is ongoing. So I was wondering, how should I go about this? So I wrote to a friend and I said, like, what do you think I should do? Do you think I should just watch both seasons and then do a review for the show up to that point? Or do you think I should just review each season individually? And he said, like, it's probably better if I just review both seasons. It's probably better if I just watch both seasons and then review them both, and then when season 3 eventually comes out, I'll review that separately. And I said, you know what, I agree with that. So anyway, we're not doing that. We're doing the first option because that is what I decided to end up doing because it just feels simpler that way. And so let's just get into it, starting off with I think I'm going to start off with the plot here. So this is a very interesting plot that this show has. The plot is basically that there are people that there's this procedure that you can do, which is called severance, where you can divide the parts of your brain in half, where you have and create like basically a split personality for yourself that goes to work for you. So you have these characters who in their regular lives, they decide that they don't want to go through the eight-hour workday basically because for different, by the way, I should have mentioned that at the start, spoilers for Severance Season 1. I have to remember to put that at the start of the video for those who care about spoilers. So anyway, so spoilers for the rest of the video. So you have people that decide that they don't want to go through the day and because of whatever reasons they have. You have the main character, Mark, who is going through his wife died, and so he doesn't want to continue, he doesn't want to go through the work day. It's like he can't bear to go through life because of her death. You have Helly, who it's revealed at the end of the season that she is really part of the company Lumen. Lumen is the company that does the severances, and is the thing that the people who are severed, they work for Lumen. So she is actually she's the daughter of I think the current CEO of Lumen Industries, and so she ends up getting severed in order to prove that like severance is like a good procedure and stuff. You have Dylan and Irving, who it's not really revealed yet at this point in the show why they were severed. But anyway, point is there's a lot of people that get there's people that they decide they want to get severed. So then you have they have two personalities, one where they are at work and another one where they are living their regular lives. So when they go into work, they completely forget about the regular lives that they had, and vice versa. When they leave work, they completely forget about their work lives. So it creates a scenario where it's like their work selves are basically trapped there. They're in hell because right when they leave for the day, it's like the next day begins. So it becomes a hell for them. So the plot of the show is basically they're trying to find out what's going on, how this why what's the point of their work that they're doing, what the company has in store for them, like what is the ultimate goal of the company and stuff. They're trying to figure out like how they can possibly leave this perpetual hell that they're stuck in, and so. Yeah, it is a really good plot, and I liked it a lot. I would say probably I would give it a 8.5. I would say the plot is amazing. It is just really intriguing. It is so you just want to every episode. You just like the more information you find out, it's just wonderful, and it's very it's a great plot. Just seeing what they could like characters slowly like learning information and stuff and figuring out what's going on around them. It's just very, very good to watch. In terms of the characters, I mentioned you have Mark, the main character, played by Adam Scott. Adam Scott, I really like him. He's great. He was good in Inside Job. He was good in Parks and Recreation. He was good in The Good Place. He is just a great actor that I love to watch. So yeah, other than him, you have Helly, who is, I'm not going to mention all the actors because I don't really know most of them, but Helly is, she's the newest person to end up getting severed, and so she is new and she really wants out of there. Like, she does not integrate well, and so she's the one that causes the most trouble for Lumen Industries because of her attempts to leave. She makes a recording to her real self and like threatening to cut off her own fingers if like she doesn't let her leave, and but her real self just ignores her plight, and so I think that's the right word, plight. Her plea, maybe pleas, that's probably better. Her pleas to leave the hell that she's stuck in. And eventually she does even get to the point where she ends up hanging herself, and then while she's going through the elevator, so she basically tries to kill her real self in order to like get revenge, I guess, but not revenge, but like just to get out of hell that she's stuck in. I'm calling it hell because like it really is hell if you think about it. It's like you're in work, you go through the entire 8-hour day, and then right as you think like you're finally gonna leave, it's like no, you're back at work, and it's not like you don't see sunlight or anything. You have like no, you don't get you get the food that the company gives you. It's like it really is like a hell there. So you have Irving, who is he is a character that he's really entrenched in the whole Lumen culture and stuff. The Lumen industries, like it's so they pretty much, the industry, they try to like really brainwash the employees kind of, so they make like their own Bible for like the company and stuff basically. So it's like you have the founder of the company, which is Keir Egan, I think his name was, and so they have the characters, like they give them stuff to read, like I don't know what it would be called, Bible verses basically, but it's like they basically create like a religion around this whole company. So Irving is very much he's like trying to go along with it. He's I don't know how to say this. He's like entrenched in the culture of like the workplace basically. So he tries to follow all the rules. He tries not to get in trouble or anything, and he does everything that he is supposed to. He ends up meeting another character, Bert, from a different department, and he ends up kind of falling in love with him, and they end up trying to meet each other, but because they're in separate departments, it becomes difficult. But it does lead to eventually the cast finding out more stuff about the company and stuff, and it does end up creating problems for the management. There's also Dylan, who is the final member of the MDR, which is the macro data refinement department that the main characters are in. So Dylan is good. He is very much he likes his work. He's very enthusiastic and he tries to get as much work as done as possible because he likes the perks that he gets from it, like the finger traps, the waffle party and stuff. But then eventually he does, while going to the optics department, which Bert works at, he does end up taking a card which is important to the company. So you have Milchik, who is the management guy. He's basically the representation of the management of the company that interacts with the main cast of characters. So he he's good. He ends up finding out that Dylan stole something, and then he has to wake him up during when he's like there's a procedure called like overtime, like a contingency, something like that. So Milchik ends up waking up Dylan he wakes up his work persona while he's in his real life persona, and then Dylan realizes that he has a son and stuff, and so after that he is no longer willing to go along with all this stuff with the company, and he is desperately by the end of the season, it's like all the cast, the characters are like, yeah, we have to get out of here. We have to figure a way to escape this place. So anyone else worth mentioning? You have Harmony Kobel, aka Mrs. Selvig, I think her name was. She's good. She is very much. She does feel like a very antagonistic character. She is she's both Mark's neighbor and at the same time his boss. That he doesn't know. He doesn't, because he has separate personalities. He doesn't know that she's like the same person. So yeah, she was good. Other than that, you have Bert, who was played by Christopher Walken, which I did not realize he was going to be in the show, and he's good. I liked him. He was a good character for Irving to, have a relationship with. Like he didn't have a relationship, but they ended up getting close, which I liked for the development of Irving's character, I guess. So you have Devin and Rickon, who I didn't really care for them. They were just like Devin is Mark's sister in his real life persona, and then Rickon is his brother-in-law. So Devin's husband, and they're fine. They're just, I don't really like a lot of the all the stuff in the human world. Like it's not as interesting as the stuff in the actual office areas. So and most of the stuff in the human world is just like related to them. So it's good like towards the end, especially like in the last episode with the party that they throw for Rickon's new book. But other than that, it's just the scenes with them are not that interesting, to be honest. I don't really care for them as characters that much. You have PD, who is one of the workers that Mark he works with at the start of the show. Not at the start of the show, but he's one of the workers that he ends up getting unsevered. He ends up reintegrating into society, and because of that, the Lumen company is like hunting him down, and he dies off. I'm pretty sure in the third episode, he meets with Mark. He tells him about he speaks to him a bit about Lumen Industries and like what they've been doing to him and stuff, and he tries to explain. He's tried to give him a representation of like what it's like to be in the work area. So like he's trying to convince Mark that like him being severed is like a bad thing and stuff. So and then he does end up dying, but I did like his character. It was good. Anyone else that I forgot to mention? There is also Miss Casey, who is Miss Casey, and okay, so you have You have Mark's wife, who is, okay, I really hope I'm not being racist here, but you have Mark's wife, who is Gemma Scout, and then I'm pretty sure she's Miss Casey. Like, they looked identical. It might be because they're both Asian, but I don't think I'm being racist. I think they are just generally the same person. Yeah, they are, because at the end of the season, you did have Mark saying, like, that Gemma's alive, and that would only make sense if she's Miss Casey. So yeah, so I'm not being racist. So yeah, Miss Casey, and she is the welfare person. She's like, she checks to make sure that everyone's okay if like someone's going through a difficult time, and by that it means that they get sent to like a room with her, and then she just reads them facts about their real life persona. And so she was good. So yeah, in terms of the characters, I will give them honestly a I'm thinking between an 8.5 to a 9, honestly. They were honestly between amazing and incredible. I'm just going to go with 8.5 for now. I thought that they were amazing, very good characters. I really liked, also, I want to mention this, but John, what's his name? John Turturro, he's the one that plays Irving. He is the same actor that played Carmine Falcone in the Batman, so that was interesting. I didn't realize that. So I liked all the actors. They did a great job, all of them, and all the characters were very good, very well written. It's just I just didn't really care for. Okay, I did like Rickon and Devin towards the end of the like in the final episode. I did like their characters, but up until that point, I didn't really care for them as characters. But yeah, everyone is just great, really good characters all around. So yeah, in terms of the settings, I'm going to give this a probably a also between an 8.5 to a 9, and I'm gonna be harsh and give it an 8.5. I thought it was amazing. I really like the office area. It is cool. It is very it's intriguing. It's kind of like the back rooms in a way. It's like just this place that you can, like, very confusing layout and stuff, and a place that you cannot escape from, basically. I didn't really, all the places in the human world, to be honest, didn't really look that nice. It was like very bleak and stuff, which I guess was what the show was going for, where it's like kind of trying to portray the reality that the characters live in as like not great, and them wanting to, and so to make the, I guess, to show that the character's choice is like Mark's choice to want to be inside Lumen industry, like work there all day. It's like a justified choice by showing that like reality is not as good as he thinks it is, or something like that. So yeah, I did like the snow. I do like anytime that I see some snow, it looks nice. It very cool to see. And but yeah, all the areas in the real world, they were not that interesting, but the areas in the actual office area of Lumen Industries is great. It is very cool to see. So 8.5, I'm giving it amazing. In terms of the suspense/thriller, I'm giving this, honestly, I think between a 9 to a 9.5, and I'm going to be harsh, and I'm just going to give it a 9. It was incredible, but it really was incredible. Like the suspense, the thriller aspect of it, I wanted to know what was happening. They did a great job of like building suspense, finding out like. I'll say this, the one flaw, and this is why I'm probably not giving it like the best, which is a 9.5. I'm gonna say that it did feel at times where it's like the only person that was really a threat was like Milchick, and in terms of like the torture that they did, I kind of wish that they showed like it was just them repeating sentences over and over again, which I guess would be tiring and torturous. But I thought like that when PD was like playing the recording of him, like when he was in the torture area, I thought like it showed like his arms were bruised and stuff, but you didn't see like Milchick actually do anything to like hurt them. So I don't know what was up with that. So I did wish that they did show a bit more of like showing Milchick off as like a threat. But yeah, but Milchick, he very much made he created like a tense atmosphere, which was good. It was suspenseful anytime that they were completing like they were trying to like sneak around the area without the management's knowing and stuff. But once again, I just wish that you have Milchick, and you have, there's also another character I forgot to mention, Garner. He was good. He was the security guard. And, but once again, like, I wish you had like Milchick and Garner, that was it. And they were like the only threats, it felt like, in the entire work area. So I kind of wish that there was I don't know, maybe like show some security cameras or something, just something to make it feel like because they do kind of like the characters, they do kind of freely just walk around the office a lot, where it feels like, I don't know, it kind of feels like Lumen would try to like make sure that they're on task more often. So, but when they're just walking around like in different like hallways and stuff, it just kind of feels like it feels like it's not as tense as it could have been. So, but still, I'm giving the suspense/thriller aspect a 9 out of 10. I would say that it was incredible. In terms of the mystery, I'm going with a 9.5. This is one of the best mysteries that I've ever seen, to be honest. I think that this is genuinely just a wonderful mystery. I cannot think of off the bat just any time where I've been more like interested in a mystery. Like this is how you do a good mystery. It's like you have a great concept and then you want to find out like more about it. You have the characters. It's like they're sorting through numbers and stuff on computers, and you just want to know like what is this for? What is the purpose of all this? Why is it that you have like all this history? Like they introduce like all this history with like the previous CEOs and stuff, and you just have so many questions about so much stuff, and like the board members that you never see and stuff. Like you want to know like what their they kind of like speak about like the ultimate goals, like in the last episode, like how their goal is like to have everyone in the world severed, I guess, but like, there's more to it definitely. It's like there's some goats that you see in like towards one of the last episodes, and it raises a lot of questions, and this was a mystery that I was definitely intrigued, and I very much want to just continue with season 2 already to find out more answers to this show. So the worst part, I would probably just say, okay, there was one scene in like I think the second to last episode where it's like I had no idea what was going on, but after Dylan, he got his like waffle party, he ended up, I don't know, there was like a bunch of dancers and stuff that was like dancing for him, which I didn't like that. That was like kind of creepy and stuff. So, but I'm not saying that that's the worst thing. I'll say it's tied with the worst thing, but the other worst thing was probably just a lot of the stuff that had to do with just the real world. It was kind of boring, especially towards the start, where it's like it's just showing Mark just being depressed basically. So it wasn't that interesting, to be honest. And so I will have to give it a I'll give it a 4.5. I guess it was not good, but I'm hoping it won't lower the score too much. Yeah, I'm just gonna give it a 4.5. I still kind of have to figure out how to do the worst score. I'm still trying to. It's not foolproof, and so I need to figure out maybe how I can fix it to make it better. I don't know. I'm gonna try to figure that out. Anyway, moving on. The best thing I'm just gonna reuse the best score, which was the mystery aspect, 9.5. It was just a wonderful mystery, and I liked it a lot. So I'm just gonna reuse that as the best score again. A few extra notes that I did write down before, I didn't write down while watching the show, but I did write down before this review while I was writing down the criteria. I want to mention a few extra things. The opening, the intro to the show, it is really cool. Like one of the best, I'm pretty sure I never skipped the opening. I watched it's like the first season has 9 episodes. I watched every single opening for each episode because it was just so visually cool and appealing. Of like it shows a 3D model of like Adam Scott's character Mark, where it's like he's I don't know, it's like all this stuff with him at like in an office setting, and it's like I don't know, just a bunch of like goo and stuff. I can't explain it, but I do recommend watch the intro. Even if you haven't seen Severance, like just watch the intro because it doesn't really spoil anything for the show. So I would highly recommend just watching the intro for the show because it is just a really cool intro. So I liked it a lot. Also the music is really nice. It has like this nice piano thing that's like very mysterious and stuff. So I did like the music for it. And I was thinking that a lot of this was like that the Audis, I guess, they were defending like why Severance is a good thing. Like the people at Lumen Industries were like, oh, Severance is a good thing and stuff. And I thought like, okay, you can clearly like make recordings between innies and outies. Like if I feel like they should have, if I was like someone that was like protesting against the Severance, I would probably like say like, oh yeah, get a recording from like some innies or whatever. Like they could fake it obviously, but I'm surprised that like this would. Maybe this is a plot point that's brought up in like season 2 or something, but I'm surprised that no one's ever been like, oh, let's get an interview, like a live interview between like us and Innie or something like that. That I felt like that would be something that you should try if you were trying to protest against the Severance and stuff. So anyway, yeah, that is all the notes that I wrote down. So I'm going to do the calculations. So King Crimson. All right, so it ends up actually coming out way higher than I thought. It came out to an 8 out of 10, which would be great, and I would give it, I would say a bit higher though even. I would give it a, I would say probably an 8. Definitely at the very least an 8.5, but I'm thinking I'm really thinking about this. I would say, I'm gonna go with between an 8.5 to a 9. I would say it is between amazing and incredible, and I'm not picking one or the other. I'm just gonna say in between 8.5 to a 9. So yeah. I think what my plans are, so I did a review now for the season 1. I'm going to do a review when I watch season 2, and then when season 3 releases, I will watch season 3 and do a review for that. And I'm doing it this way because there is only like at the moment 2 seasons, so I think this is easier. If eventually I watch a show that is ongoing, but it has like 6 or 7 seasons already out, then I will probably just watch the full show, review it up to the point of whatever episode is out at the time, and then when more episodes eventually do come out, then I will probably just end up reviewing whatever's left. Like for example, when I watch Stranger Things, and so if the show is still ongoing by the time I review it, I will probably just end up watching the full show. I think probably, maybe I will actually review those individually, so that might not be the best example. But I think for certain shows, I think I'm not going to do individual season reviews, and I will just probably review the show up to that point, and then when the show finishes or continues, I will review whatever comes out after. So yeah, so anyway, that is pretty much all there is to it. So if you have any recommendations, any shows, movies, video game stories, anime, anything that you want me to review, leave it in the comments and I will maybe possibly check it out. But with that said, that is pretty much all there is to it. So let's leave it at that.